And thanks so much for joining us. I'm Carol Jenkins. The program is Black America. And today our guest is actor Ameera Vann, so powerful in the breakaway hit TV series Underground. The show about the Underground Railroad, the escape route for slaves, is in its second season, and Ameera has zoomed to popularity playing Ernestine in season 1, a house slave, in season 2, something else entirely. So thank you so much for being here today. I was telling you, I've gotten addicted, and thanks to whatever DVR or whatever, I've been able to watch almost every single hour. Thank you for absorbing all of my free time.
I appreciate it,
Well
Carol.
spent.
It's a
I'm
pleasure to be
a
here.
devoted fan to this series now.
Thank you.
So we always start by asking our guests to place themselves in Black America, the influences, and you're a hometown girl, Queens.
I am. I grew up in Far Rockaway, Queens. Very proud of that. I call myself a beach baby,
Right.
which everyone's like, you're a beach.
And did
beaches?
you actually go to the beach?
I did go to the beach.
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's some of my favorite times was like, it's always like a pair of shorts,
Right.
a hoodie, and a blanket, and like a sheet, you know?
Right. And you headed over.
Right, and then headed to the beach. But I grew up I think about it and I'm like, we used to dive off of the cliffs
right,
beach
right.
6th Street. So I was
Right,
really
sure.
right at the beginning of the Rockaways.
Right. I went out there last summer just for old times' sake.
Yeah.
Saw all of that. Now you come from a family of educators, so I was asking you how you escaped to go to the theater and to go to television and all of that. What did they release you peacefully or?
I think they were all our secret artists, all of them. I definitely got my gifts from my mom. She has this beautiful way of storytelling where she immediately can fall into someone else's experience. And so it's just a constant reminder of how simple it can be because she does it so naturally. So, even though she's a retired bilingual kindergarten teacher by trade and profession, she's definitely an artist in my eyes. And my sister as well was a beautiful, lovely artist, visual artist. And then she's an assistant principal. So how I escaped, I think they all secretly were like, one of us do it.
Oh, really?
One of us in the family.
So they sent you out.
They approved. Thank God.
And so how did you get to Underground? Because in watching from the first pilot straight through to season 2, I see that you were like mentioned slightly in the openings.
Yeah.
And then you were a guest star, and now you're like, what the reviews talk about you as scene stealer. I think you're the show stealer, even though we love everybody in it. But how did you come to Underground?
I'd auditioned, as we all do, as many of us do, and you table it. You let them go. You do them, and then you just keep going and say, okay, I didn't get that one. And so I was actually doing a Bob Marley musical at Baltimore Center Stage with Kwame Kwei-Armah, an amazing director. And so I got a call back for Underground. And so I got on the phone with Anthony Hemingway, one of our brilliant EPs and fantastic director.
Right, he's
and
a great
beloved
director.
and beloved friend, dear friend now. And so I got on the phone with him. We got off the phone, and I was like, I know, I had to have known this. Like, he has to be like my brother or something, my long lost brother who I'm just meeting after so many years.
Right.
And so then I put myself on tape out there, and I booked it. And it was, one of those like, oh my God, like you don't want to leave the company that you've built because the theater community is very small and intimate. And it was very generous of Kwame to say, you know what, I understand, and I tearfully release you. So that was very generous of him. And so then I went on to Underground as a guest star.
Right.
And so that was a thrill. It was just an honor to be a part of once I read the scripts, Misha Green and Joe Pekaski are showrunners, creators, and they're brilliant
Misha,
writers.
a Black woman who has had a great career in television writing and now creating this.
Well deserved.
This show, right?
Yeah, she's so bold and courageous, and I'm in awe of her. I really am in awe of her as a friend now, and just her craft. And just her ability to just stand in her truth and really not be swayed.
We need to celebrate her. There are not that many Black women who have, are successful in that route of creating a show and staying with it, through its many versions. So we have a clip of you talking about, because in this season you're at the Gullah with the Gullah people, and let's take a look at that clip and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Okay, lovely.
We hang about us for trap the evil spirit that threaten us, to keep we people strong.
Clara is the aspirational preacher's daughter of the Gullah community, which is where Ernestine is sold off to for season 2.
We're with the people of the Gullah Geechee Nation. It's extraordinary, the history of those people. It's really fascinating to research, to find out about, to know how they were able to retain much of their culture.
The Gullah community is very close. When people are married, it's a marriage of the community.
All right, ready? And action.
Your union strengthen all we. The love between una make all we heart gladdy.
We get a chance to see them dance and live and build families, and you're kind of immediately immersed in their world. The darker aspect of the community is that there's a lot of indigo production, which there was at the time as well. And so Ernestine, from all her trauma in season 1, is heavily medicated in the beginning of season 2.
Miss Ernestine does hit rock bottom, and I think that that's important to kind of go there just to really deal with how heavy these burdens were in 1857.
You got Sheila?
Yes,
And?
and they were the best thing in my life. It's so interesting to have another young woman around me. There are these echoes of Rosalie there, wanting to maybe do it differently, being reminded of the mistakes I made in my own journey and wanting to impart some wisdom on her as much as I can. And it's been really exciting to explore because she's hopeful. And Miss Ernestine's on the end of that hope. You know, she's been there, done that, honey.
We can definitely say, honey, honey. Ernestine is, one thing I love about the show is that the women are very, very, it's like a bunch of pistol-packing women.
Oh, yeah.
Who have their full agency.
Right.
So black women, white women, all of the women are likely to shoot you or stab you. In Ernestine's case, at any moment. So
I'll just dust the chair here.
yeah, right, exactly. I don't want to sit too closely to you, Ernestine.
That was actually the word on the street season 1. People were like, I would love to be in scenes with you, but I kind of feel like I might die.
Right.
So I'm torn.
Yeah, so let's talk about Ernestine, because she in season 1 is a house slave, beautiful woman, has biracial children. Rosalie is the daughter that you refer to there. I mean, not a sweet life. Most people think of house slaves as having the sweet life, you know.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, one of the things that I love about the show is kind of breaking open these things that have, have stayed on in our culture. We've retained these dynamics of, colorism, of, paper bag tests and all of that. It's just, but it's all from this period. So the fact that they address all of these issues, I too had that concept, it was misconception that being in the house was better. But, when you just think about the fact that, that first scene when Rosalie's arms are being whipped and the mother has to sit there and can't do anything, you just realize that the atrocity of slavery everyone was impacted. It didn't matter where you were, it's like a bomb that goes off,
Yes.
And which is painful no matter where you are, seeps in through the walls.
Exactly. So
yeah.
So she's the mistress, the slave mistress of the plantation owner.
And that's the beauty of one, though, because by the end of the season, she thinks she has power. She is probably of the generation that's been the tradition passed along mostly formidably to us. And then you realize by the end, she goes, oh, wait, I don't have any power at all. This was all an illusion.
Exactly. And then she's cast out into the fields. So season 2 has you drug addicted, abused.
Oh my gosh, the list goes on.
And the list goes on. We have another clip of you now out in the fields trying to tutor a young woman in how to entice the young slave master. So let's take a look at that.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe you ain't never had bread pudding.
No matter what I ain't had, it's about what the massa ate. You ain't like the guys he used to. That's good.
But I ain't like you. They don't like dark skin.
How you think I got here?
You want me to get you some water?
I'm fine. Come on. Let me fix your hair.
What's wrong with it?
The hardest part ain't got nothing to do with the way you look. You got more than enough to get somebody into your bed. But you got to keep them there.
How I do that?
All men feel like nobody listened to them. That's where you start.
Oh, but what about...
Shut your mouth. And listen, that's how you find out what he loves. Then you let him teach you about it. And like to feel like they showing you things ain't nobody else has.
I just pretend I like whatever he likes.
No, you got to find something real in the lie. It's only believable. There's a part of you in it.
You teach your daughter this yet?
No. I taught her to keep her head down. I did it so she wouldn't have to.
Such a powerful scene. I think there's some nominations in your future here. You know, there's no way. I mean, it's just a powerful force within the series. We're talking about 10 shows in season 1, so it's going to be 20 hours of what's really been described as a prison breakout. You know, that the slaves are not these passive, always being whipped and whatever. They are mostly getting out of town. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I love that scene too, because it's just, there's so many things covered. From the first, one of Ernestine's first lines when she says, "How do you think I got here?"
Right.
Which deals with what we just discussed.
Right.
Which is this concept of like most fair-skinned women, you know, they were raped. That's how that generation passed on to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And so, you know, this idea of like, oh, you have it better is so false. And then, you know, but then also, just the, you know, she's trying to still manipulate and maneuver as best as possible. You know, Miss Ernestine always has all kinds of things going on. There's so many layers always going on at this time while looking at this woman. But what was your question?
I know we're both like
there's so many.
But the major theme of it is breakaway escaped slaves, but who it's really told from the slave's point of view, perhaps for the very first time, that even though that brutality and all of the violence, you know, goes on, I mean, what you're really looking at is the cunning of the slaves as they break away, get out of off the plantation, and then come back to rescue their families.
Well, we're challenging, I think, what has this idea of being ashamed of this period. We're flipping all of that on its head. You know, as opposed to just, you know, for me, I grew up in the church, so I grew up very much that testimony was a wonderful thing. You know, so what you had to overcome in your life was something that actually was very encouraging. So, you know, for me, that's what I read on the page, and that's what gives me the biggest thrill about being a part of this, is that we've always said it's not about the occupation. You know, it's about these people being bold, being our superheroes, who said, you know what, this is unacceptable, and I'm going to change it in whatever way I can. And the idea that we're human, so in Miss Ernestine's, the mother's attempt, she makes mistakes, you know, and so it's finding what is the way, what does your rebellion look like? You know, and even if it's within your home, I think it's a question that we ask today. How can we participate in an active change?
Right, resist, right?
Right.
How do we resist?
How do we resist? And resisting can also be, which I love, is just even in the home and having conversations with your children. That's why I love so many families watch it together.
Right.
I just met a woman and she was like, oh yeah, my daughter loves you. I said, oh really, how old is she? She's like 9. She was like, don't worry, I cover her eyes for certain scenes.
Right, she's learning a lot from Ernestine, right?
Right, don't learn too much from Miss Ernestine.
I know.
Miss Ernestine has a lot to learn.
Yeah, so you do a big social media, as Scandal did, which was a part of their big success too. So you're always on.
Oh, we live tweet every Wednesday, 10 p.m. You get that immediate connection. Like there's so many fans who show up every Wednesday and then throughout, and they've been with us even after season 1. They were waiting, saying, we're ready, when are you guys gonna come back on?
I know.
So that direct connection is really lovely.
Right. Well, 2 interesting things, I mean, among a million, but John Legend, who is executive producer, the music in this is really sensational all the way through. But in one episode, he plays Frederick Douglass.
Yes.
So there's John as himself.
You know? He does a great job, they do a great job transforming him.
Right, and then you introduce the character of Harriet Tubman. And I don't think we've ever seen her. I mean, she gets an entire hour in a sense that's all Harriet, which is amazing.
It's really extraordinary what they all did, especially Aisha Hines, though, for that episode. With the brief time that she had to prepare, you know, it's really that kind of faith, kind of giving over to what we all realize that we're doing, which is giving ourselves over to the true heroes who lived this, our ancestors who have passed on, our ancestors who, you know, that I think scream to say, no, realize that we were rebelling, we were fighting back. You know, we did believe in family, we did have beautiful relationships. You know, we were sought from West Africa for our skill set, you know? And so it's something to just really, when you think about that, you look at this beautiful image, and to have an entire episode dedicated to find out more of who this woman is, I think that just, you know, it just makes hopefully more African American young women realize that that's what they have burning inside of them. That's the possibility.
Right, right. And I love, we're going to show this scene now where the whole violence piece of slavery, of still domestic violence in our lives to this day, can be explained in a way. And let's take a look at that.
This thing we do, hurting each other over and over, we ain't come up with it. We just retelling the story they wrote for us. You get hit out in them fields, and that shame come and hit me, and I let you, because I got so much shame of my own for the things I've done to survive that I think I deserve it.
No, that's that gal. Yeah, I seen y'all together. She done got you here, and she's sounding you on me.
It's over.
That's all I done for you. That's it. You think you something special? You ain't. You just like them empty blue bottles up on that table top of their tree. All the good inside you being used up. And now you're empty. Tossed out. Just because you was once in the big house looking down on the rest of us don't mean nothing.
You're right. Being in the big house, laying with you, the opiates, they all just different ways of enduring life instead of living it. I'm done with all that.
Well, the opiates, you're talking about the indigo, which I really wasn't aware of that piece of the history. You were working near
Right.
indigo farms, or
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know much about it myself, and so, you know, that's one of the downsides of, you know, of that period and that time, that area. But there's so many lovely things about the Gullah Geechee Nation that we had the lovely Queen Quet as
yes.
she's really was fantastic. She was on set with us
Your
almost
advisor,
daily,
right,
advising
right.
us, which was quite the gift.
Right.
You know, but this scene, I love that. I just love the writing when I got it on the page, you know, and it's Rob Riley is the actor. He does a wonderful job playing Hicks. But I just loved it because, you know, it's this idea of sometimes we can't deal with truth in that moment. It's too fiery. There's too much going on, you know, but she goes right there. Misha and Joe, they go right there and tackle it and say it's just being repeated. You know,
Over and over
And so hopefully,
again.
if Hicks doesn't hear it, one of us will hear it.
right.
You know, and Miss Ernestine it took a whole season to hear it, a whole year, you know, or a lifetime really,
A lifetime, right, right.
to realize that it's like, no, it is an illusion. There is truth in that, but it takes so much work. And I think that's one of the things I love about the show is realizing that even the way, so many parallels to modern day, that often, you know, if we sum it up, it's like, oh, yeah, she has it better. It's so easy to just wash away someone's experience. But when you look at the details of it, you realize that the truth lies somewhere in the middle. You know, the benefits, the pitfalls. And so, but we can't have that conversation until we're willing to actually take the time to go deeper into what is your experience. I need to know your experience before I'm going to judge your experience, before we can take action for or against. You know, it's really being informed. And I think that's similar to what's happening today in our nation, that problems are happening because we're not taking the time to say, what is give me the details of your experience. Policy needs to really be, you know, really fleshed out as opposed to just a wash.
Right, right. So now the success of the series, I think for WGN America, you increased their viewership by 1,000%. You know, the success of Underground. I guess Snoop Dogg was a little off base when he said, forget about all of these slavery stories.
Yeah.
Although you were saying...
Well, I mean, I grew up with Snoop Dogg, so I'm not mad at him.
But he's not exactly...
And I understand. I feel like we understood a lot of our fans. You know, that was it. But, you know, when I got the script, I was hesitant. Well, before I read it, though.
Yes.
But when I got the title, you know, Underground's enslaved woman, da-da-da, and I was like, oh. So we all felt the same. You know, I think that was the overall feeling, the general feeling. And so then you read it and you realize that you're like, wait a minute.
Right.
And it challenges everything. And you start to say, oh my God, is this just another response to having been enslaved? Is this a part of the legacy that we were fed? Which is this concept of being ashamed and saying, no, I don't want to talk about it, as opposed to realizing that there's so much pride to take in the fact that we fought back.
Right.
There's so much pride in, all that we overcame
So much
to be able to,
heroism.
that continued in through the civil rights movement. And, when you think about that and when you see that that's what we're doing is honoring that period, to me, I'm like, this is something that we need to do every year. As a ritual almost,
Sure.
and to say in honor of you. Now, do I think we need a more diverse palette of stories to continue to be told? I think that is what I would agree with the Snoops of the world. Is that we don't just need to honor them in this way. We also need to see, all the other narratives.
Right, right. Well, I know there's going to be another Underground. Barry Jenkins apparently just signed on to do Colson Whitehead's Underground.
Yeah, I
So
look
slightly
forward to it.
different visioning of
Yeah.
what all of that is. So now you're finished with season 2.
Yeah.
You don't know yet, but I'm sure it's going to be picked up. But now you're auditioning, and what is your best thinking about what you'd like to do?
It's always with the script first. It's always that. I'm constantly like wanting to read the script and keep that, because I think also that's the gift of having a wonderful fan base, that I feel like if I do anything crazy, I'm like, really? After Miss Ernestine? But fun can also be great with a great script. So it'd be nice to maybe do something a little lighter.
A little lighter. And theater versus television or film?
I love both. I started in the theater, so that has a special place in my heart.
Right.
So that's always fantastic. It's really about the script. I'd love to go see theater though every time I'm home.
I know you've seen Sweat though, and maybe with your taping schedule.
No, I have not.
Well,
Run? Should I run?
know that you should run. Lynn Nottage just won her second Pulitzer Prize,
course.
first one for Ruined, and this one for Sweat
Yeah, I love Ruined.
on Broadway. And I think that those key pieces. So that's for a playwright.
Right.
We think about the actors and like Misha and all of the people who are involved in producing these wonderful things. Are you optimistic about what you see now, the opportunity?
I am. I very much. I'm looking at people who I came up with in the theater and getting more, exposure. The Dominique Morissos of the world. She's an extraordinary playwright, a young African-American woman from Detroit.
Right.
I think she's brilliant, and she's writing for TV, and she's doing so many things. So I think that producers are, the material has been out there. Just like the women have been out there. That's what people are like, oh my God, you play Miss Ernestine with such grace and strength. I'm like, I don't know a colored woman who doesn't carry herself. I'm like, if I look around, the people who I've always looked up to, through no matter what we were going through, there's a certain level of grace and strength that was always retained. So that makes me really excited to see, producing companies and them getting behind it and realizing the importance of telling that. Because if you look around New York City too, it's such a diverse landscape. So it only makes sense to turn on your TV, and the world is so diverse, to be able to turn the TV and see that and appreciate what we get to appreciate on a daily basis, or especially living in New York. I definitely get to appreciate that.
So Kerry Washington and Viola Davis both starting production companies, both aiming to fill the gaps with women's stories and people of color stories. And I thought I was reading it surely must have been a misprint that Viola was raising like $250 million to do.
Oh, gosh.
I'm
possible.
I'm hoping it's true.
I don't know who would say no to Viola Davis to anything.
Right,
so,
right.
Quite possible.
Right. So that turnaround of having achieved a certain amount of success and then putting it back into the community.
Absolutely necessary. Absolutely necessary. I'm always finding my little windows. I work with children a lot. I love that. I work with young people. But, any chance that we get, I think that's the duty. That's the beauty of this show, to be able to feel like even through my art, I'm doing something that is contributing to the world and especially to my people, to feel, more confident about where they came from, younger people to feel motivated for the future, women to find strength in it. So then in my personal life too, I'm always trying to find ways to continue that process. And I think it's essential.
We always ask our guests as we're coming to the close, which is hard to believe,
I know.
Ernestine. to finish the statement, the power, the strength of Black America lies in. What's that for you? Where do you think that is?
You know, the power and strength for me, I thought about this question. But I think it's in it always has to have faith in it for me.
Faith.
So the faith to have the dream and to execute on it. And I think with each other, you know, to hold each other to that standard, to a higher standard. I mean, I feel like I'm better because I have people around me who have always, you know, pushed me to really reach my own personal goals that I had set for myself. So, and when I was not doing it, they were like, you know? So, but you know, you got to have that,
So you
that
got
faith.
you got the feedback, right? But you
Yeah.
grew up in the church. Is that the faith?
Yeah,
You're
for me,
talking
that's
spiritual?
the faith. For me,
Yeah.
it's a spiritual faith, definitely. You know, but I'm also, I respect all faiths. I respect all human beings. That's my personal experience that helps me. But I think whatever it is for you that gives you the ability to dream, to really contribute to society, you know, but it's activating that, you know, and I think that's one thing that I think, especially when you come, like coming from Rockaway, you know, we didn't come from a lot of money,
Yeah.
you know, and I didn't know that because of the way I was brought up by my graceful, strong, beautiful mother, you know, and I think there's something about trying to activate when you're there, you're trying to survive. It's very similar to the story. You're just trying to survive. So the dreaming kind of takes a back seat, you know, and so learning, that was a big thing for me to actually even learn to dream and to say, yeah, no, I have an opinion and I have a goal, and, you know, and then to be able to definitely speak it into the universe and take responsibility now for it.
Well, it's terrific. Thanks so much, Amira Van, for being with us today. Underground can be seen on WGN America on Wednesday nights. And thanks to you for joining us today as well. The program is Black America. I'm Carol Jenkins. We'll see you the next time.